Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It's good to see each and everyone that is here. Not only that, but have a nice day. A little nippy, a little cool, but hey, it's all right. It's a good day and everything. So we thank y'all for those things there. My voice is a little sketchy here, a little taste here. Allergies are still kind of going, but I'm going to go forth and do those things. So we're just glad to see each and every one that is here. And may y'all continually bless us and keep us on that end. That we might be a part of what he's doing. I want to also take this time to welcome in all our listeners. Those that's in Israel, those that's in Canada, those that's in the Philippines, and those that's in Sierra Leone, and also where we might be picking us up on the internet. Enter into our gates, enter into our house, where our motto is, come one, come all, let us build our future upon the foundation of peace and love. Shalom, Vayikra. And upon these two principles, more and more as we look at the world and see how the world is going and see how things are going forth, we need this. And no doubt, this is exactly what God has set us up for the last days. See? This is what we have to teach. And y'all know what will be accelerated or what will be going forth. And he makes plans and he makes those things going forth for us to do. And whenever men learn this, because if we don't learn this, and we would destroy ourselves. And thank to Yahshua's knowledge of what his Father had revealed unto us. He gave us prophecies and stuff concerning what would take place. See? And the Father, already knowing these things, he give us the insight of what it's going to take. And so let's don't close our eyes to the truth that this is what we are to all be about. Peace and love, not hatred, not revenge, not all these things there, because we see what's that leading to.
Amen.
And besides that, we're going to step in our position when we get into those other things anyway. See? And y'all will take care of that. All right, so let's get our tally talks. Bless you, Lord our God, King of the universe, has sanctified us by thy commandments and commandments concerning wrapping ourselves in thee. But as the rest of things, you should be near a songbook at this particular time, or a piece of paper that has page 350 on it, or a folder. If you don't have those things, there sure will see to it that you do it so you can participate in it. Women are 19 and up, men are 19 and up, youth is 12 to 18, and all is all who can read. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yah. Women,
Calm my spirit, God. Stop the churning inside of me. Cause by the rush of getting everyone fed and here on time. Quiet my confusion, God. In all the things of getting here. I know I made the effort because I really do need you. Yah, speak to me in the quietness.
in this case with thanksgiving and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him and bless his name, for the Lord is good. Men, for what we have. But this week has been so hectic, and it seems that no matter how well I plan, there's always something I didn't plan on, and it isn't time to go around. Forgive me, Yah, for letting worry get in the way of my gratitude. You are good to us, Yah. We do have so much to praise you for. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord our land. Serve Yah with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. You? Yah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He made me to lie down in green pastures. He restores my soul. All. Restore my soul, O Yah, and renew a right spirit within me. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which you have broken may rejoice. Cast me not away from your presence, and take not your Holy Spirit from me. Restore to me the joy of your salvation, and uphold me with your free spirit. Hallelujah. 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 As you now turn to face the holy city in this direction here, for our opening tefillah, our opening prayer, the Kohen Baraka, and the Shema in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, blessed are you, our God, King and ruler of the universe. Father, we come here today. Thank you for health and strength. Thank you for each and every one that is here. Yeah. Asking that you would watch over, lead, guide, and protect each and every one of us. Give us healing where it is needed. We look unto you for our healing because we know that you are a great healer. And we look into it, whether we need physical healing or spiritual healing, or whether we need both physical and spiritual healing. We know nothing is impossible. Thank you for those that we have been praying for. They're on their way to recovery. We ask that you would give them a full recovery, that we might go forth and lead the people and let's show forth your saving help. Thank you for sending your son. Thank you for the fact that he did not faint, didn't give up on us, but went all the way to the shedding of his blood, that we may have an opportunity to get into the glorious promises and plan that you have for those that love you. And we pray for the peace of Jerusalem, that you to bless and prosper her, keep our leaders strong, keep our sisters and brothers safe here, as well as us safe here. Bless my mouth, bless our ears, thanks for those things that you said, what you want me to say, that we might add to our knowledge, and be not amongst your people that perish for lack of knowledge. Continue to bless me, go further this service. All these blessings I ask in thy son's name, Yeshua HaMashiach, the man whose name is the branch. Amen. Amen. This particular time you should be near a Bible, preferably the complete Jewish Bible for our Kohen Baraka, which is found on page 153, which is also Numbers, the 6th chapter. I will read the 23rd verse, then you can read or quote the 24th through the 27th together. Speak to Aaron and his sons, and tell them that this is how you are to bless the people of Israel. You are to say unto them all together, Yivarakata Adonai Vayish Baraka. May Adonai bless you and keep you. Yahweh Adonai Panah Yikumeka. May Adonai make his face shine on you and show you his favor. Isa Adonai Panah Ilaka. Shalom. May Adonai lift up his face toward you and give you peace. In this way, they are to put my name on the people of Israel, so I will bless them. Hallelujah. 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 And I ask you to join in with the Shema in the Hebrew. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch get your Bibles and turn to page 204 in the complete, which is Deuteronomy, the 6th chapter, 4 through the 9th verse will be what we'll be reading. The first two verses, 4 and 5, is what we said in the Hebrew. Shema, Israel, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad. Hear Israel, Adonai God, Adonai is one, and you are to love Adonai your God with all your heart, all your being, and all your resources. These words which I am ordering you today are to be on your heart, and you are to teach them carefully to your children. You are to talk about them when you sit at home, when you are traveling on the road, when you lie down, and when you get up. Tie them on your hand as a sign. Put them at the front of your head, around your forehead, and write them on the door frame of your house and on your gates. Hallelujah! 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 I also ask you to turn. Go to page 1279 in the complete, which is Mark the 12th chapter, 28 to the 31st verse, and see what Mashiach had to say concerning the same subject. One of the Torah teachers came up and heard him engage in this discussion. Seeing that Yeshua answered them well, he asked him, which is the most important thing of them all? And Yeshua answered, the most important is Shema, Yisrael, Adonai, Eloheinu, Adonai, Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one, and you are to love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your understanding, and with all your strength. The second is this: you are to love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other mitzvah greater than these. Hallelujah! 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 Our song will be Sacrifice Lamb.
Amen.
Have you ever heard Messiah's call? It says in his word to cleanse everyone, atonement you made, iniquity bore, that we can find life with him nevermore. The sacrifice lamb has been slain, his blood on the altar stayed to wipe away and pain, to bring hope eternal. Salvation has come to the world, God's only Son, to the world. Jesus the one for the world. Prophets of old speak much of Messiah. His death is foretold. The witness is clear. Isaiah could say, "'Twas for an atonement to give us a way that he's not today." The sacrifice lamb has been slain, his blood on the altar of sin to wipe away, to bring all return. Salvation has come to the world, God's only Son to the world, Jesus the one forever. Yeshua is He. So brothers of mine, look not to yourself, for we are but one. We all need His hand. We've broken the law, but He paid our debt, that we can find life by Yeshua's death. The sacrifice lamb has been slain, his blood on the altar of sin to wipe away guilt and pain, to bring hope eternal. So final atonement has come and brought us new hope by God's Son. If you will believe in your heart, Yeshua, you know.
Hallelujah! 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 Very important statement, situation that will be brought out more in Parashah today. You know, we do these things, and in everything that we do, it's a teaching form that we use. You know, and therefore, Yah, knowing what He's doing and knowing all the situations that the enemy is going to use, He take advantage of those things to learn, and so we can get this thing straight. But as I said before, there are many gods in the world. There are many all things that has come that is not right, but they're out there, and you can get anything you want out there. You know, especially on the especially now they got the internet, and you can almost find anything, and you can almost find support for anything that you want to. See, and but we need to get ourselves in line, because it's going to be what choice you make. Amen. It's going to determine your outcome. In the book of, but he has a name, and that name is important. The enemy will work at messing up anything, as he already proven out, even considering the name. That's just, you know, And he don't stop just with the Father's name. He goes right on into the Son's name. Anything to have confusion in the. But here, he tells us in the book of Psalms, 68:4. See? Because he knowing how the enemy would do. So he worked also ahead of that. Our God's a wise God. Extol him who rides on the clouds by his name, Yah.
Hallelujah.
See? And be glad in his presence.
Amen.
See? And be glad in his presence. So, bunch of confusion about what the Father's name is. And you got them, Yahweh, Yehovah. I mean, just it's just a rendition, rundown, the longer you want to go, about a confusion about how his long form name was, to the point that it gets ridiculous and it really gets controversial. After a while, over my 40, 50 years of dealing with this, and different groups and all those things, different experts. And that's why I tell folks I ain't no expert on this here, because hey, they got their expert, and they have it broke down, and they tell you how this supposed to be. You gotta pronounce Hoa, and then they come along and tell you how to contextual, why you supposed to do that and all that. Yes, somebody says no. It's Yahweh. It's Yahweh, 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 Yehovah. I mean, just, it's got pretty bad. To the point where, and I tell you that's all the time, that got you where, you feel kind of bad. You go to a group in there, and, you have a problem with you say something, they look at you like, so, some of those groups got together and we said, hey, I told them what, and so I started using Yah. And so, and I did it because he pointed me to that. Because I was worried about that. And so, this is what we use. And some other groups, Rabbi Divine's in group down in Mississippi, and all the way out and other groups and all that, and starts using praise the mighty Yah. It's his name. And it's beginning to catch on. And I'm glad of that, because of that we had this up on our banner. YH, that's his name. His son come along and says, I come in my Father's name. And guess what? She said, I got this. Now I'm going to start trouble with the Father's name. And guess what? They have trouble with that there. They call it all kind of names. See? But if he came in his Father's name, what is his Father's name?
Yeah.
So, would it make sense for him to be called Yah as well? And then when you read the Bible in there, and he said that his name, what he was gave by to the daughter, to his mother and everything, he's Yah's salvation. Sure. Salvation. And he came in his Father's name,
Yahshua.
That's what we use. All these other folks get all kind of different names, and they come with all the expert stuff. But does it mean the same thing? Does it support the same thing? See? If you say that, then you have to say Yahshua, Yehoshua. So that's why they got all these different names that they call it. See? But Yah. See? That's what he says here. And he tells me to extol that name, Yah. And if his son come in his name, there we go. But I just want to say that there because the enemy, he takes advantage of all these situations. But it's it's clear, and therefore Yah set forth and give us those things there that we can derive our own self and come up with those things that are preferable. Therefore, this is why we use the term Yahshua. Okay?
Right.
Remember, all these translations of was words are translated there from other folks. And that's what I tell you, it's the interpreters, the translators that divide the thing. There are those who holler, they count on the King James. The King James translated to Jesus. And they hold on to it. King James version King James never translated nothing.
Not sitting in a room with a pen.
Right. King James ain't interpreted nothing. See? But nevertheless, there are things in the King James that the folks that has to do with it and studied it and the experts and all that, that's why they came out with a new revived King James. How did they do that?
Correct.
That's right, because they found out that see? And there are things, in there that better translated. And when you go there, before it was Jah, for what I just got to read there, but now they translated it right. And so we have those things that for it to come up with and to understand. But here it says that his name is Yah, and he said, and be glad in his presence. Who is this God we're talking about? The 8th verse of Isaiah, of Psalm 68, tells us who he is. The earthquake and rain poured from the sky at the presence of God. Even Sinai shook at the presence of God. The God of Israel. See? And if your God is not the God of Israel, you are worshiping and following a false and idol God. And that's the truth about it. We all will perish with our gods, or we will be victorious with our gods. Whoever you choose, and that's why I say, if you choose the losing side, you'll perish with it. You choose the right side, you'll be victorious. I just happen to believe that the God of Israel was going to be the victorious one. But,
Ain't no what?
Well, no. What I'm saying, the but is that, but those who believe that their God, they believe the same thing, that they're going to be victorious. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They believe that they're going to be victorious too. But all of us can't be victorious. But they want you to believe that now we all serve the same God. You just serve it your way and I serve it our way and all that shit. No, I don't go along with that.
With those that
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
What about those camps that say they still keep the Torah and everything and still want to keep the name Jesus? What about them?
What about it? Yeah, they make their choice. See? You know, they make their choice. I, for one thing, don't like the name Jesus. And I only use it for one purpose. And that's when I'm talking to others. And then I'll put that, if we're talking about the same man. Y'all heard me say that many times when I be talking. Because I'm not sure who they, see, when they say Jesus, I don't know who really talking about. Because when they come back to me and start talking to me, I don't know that person. I don't know that one. Yeah.
But can we say that those that keep in Torah and still use the name Jesus, can we condemn them to hell?
Condemn them to hell?
Yeah.
If they do, you know, I just say that I don't condemn them
Right.
to hell.
That's my. I said I'll let y'all do that.
See?
So, because hey,
Because when I try to reach out to folks, talking to folks, if that's what they're saying and that's what they're, you know, they're trying to relate it to that man, they're sooner or later they'll come around to the understanding of what I'm saying. You know?
They never come around, you understand?
You know?
we talked.
Well, that's their problem.
We talked to some that keep Torah and explain to them about using the name Jesus, and they said, well, this is the Bible that we're studying out of, and they use Jesus, and he said, hey, how we know that's the correct language, the paleo.
Well,
Not paleo, the Hebrew.
I want to say this here, then we'll come on. The King, there are those who are just locked in on the King James Version. And as I try to tell folks, I'll read from any of them translations. I have many translations here. The translators, though, that some of those are biased. I like some of the translations, some of them I don't like. That's why I have this here. I have the Tanakh here. I have these here. I have American Heritage. I have. So here is when we're coming studying those things there and all those things there, and you can see that these things apply and all that. But when it comes down to talking about the name of Jesus and those things there, as far as that concerned, most of them that I see and understand and hold on to those names there, I don't know that person they're talking about. See? Because their Jesus is God. He's the Son. He's the Father, and he's the Holy Ghost. I don't know that person. I ain't talking about that person. I ain't got nothing to do with that person. See? But today, talking about, I'm not talking about that. See? No Hebrew would call their son Jesus. See? And as I said before, if he came, God's name is not Jesus. Nowhere in parts of it is it Jesus. So how did he come in his Father's name? That's my answer. Huh? And that's it. If they're able to keep those things isolated, which is very hard to do because you get locked into it, and next thing you know, you don't know what the word you're saying.
Yeah. We had a group here say, if you don't believe in Trinity, then even though they were keeping Torah and everything, but they wouldn't fellowship with us.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. There are many people that have different stuff. And that's why I was talking about. It's the choices that you make. And then you have to stand the consequences for this process that you made. And so all I can do is tell them. And I tell them what God had revealed unto me to tell them. And they don't want to believe that. They don't want to accept that. You know? And they ask me why I use this. You know? But let me tell you something. Here, it's called the branch. You can't confuse that. Then I can show you exactly who the branch is talking about. Okay? And it's clear. I'm going to get an idea. A lot of other groups use the term the branch. Okay? Time is running out, dear folks, on salvation. It is. When the Mashiach comes back again, he ain't coming back. See, as no lamb. What is he coming back as?
The lion of the tribe of Judah.
That's right. And you get that by the prophet in Zechariah. Behold, the man whose name is the branch. Even that becomes critical and hurtful to some because it's an insult to call him a man.
Wow.
See? Because they've been lied to. They've been lied to. Therefore, I tell people what I've been given me, and his father's name is Yah, and his son's name that is speaking about salvation, because that's what it is, Yah's salvation. We'll talk about that a little bit today here. Yah, sure. You know? So picked a good time to bring that there and all those things there, because that's what it picks and it's going to show forth those things there. But as I said before, the time of salvation is running out. Okay? It's not coming back again to show mercy, get spit in the face. No. Die for your sins. That's over with. He's coming back as king. Ruling, executing power, executing authority, not taking it and keeping his silence and getting slapped in the face and all this terrible whooping in the way that it. He ain't putting up with that no more. Therefore, the man whose name is the branch. See? That's what I'm looking forward to. See? You better have that secure about salvation. If you don't, him coming is not gonna be it's not gonna be a happy time for you.
No, I don't think beneficial.
Huh?
No beneficial.
I'm all over there. But the same thing go with Israel. We all messed all up. We get these things all mixed all up. Isaiah 43, 10 through 12, after we even loan the name, God would have to send his prophets along to straighten us out. For some reason, we just can't seem to get stuff right and keep it that way. Why is that? He says, Isaiah 43:10 says, "You are my witnesses, Adonai, and my servants whom I have chosen." We get this thing screwed up and we get the thing backwards. That's why. What's wrong with the young folks and the old folks and the parents nowadays? Positions that don't change. They don't recognize the position. I had one young one tell me that. I told my mama, I told my parents, they don't listen to me. Where they get that from?
Watching too much television.
And I mean, they were dead serious about it. And the reason why I know that they were dead serious about it because they went out and executed it. I'd rather be talking to the wind. I ain't, they won't listen to me, then I ain't listening to them. You ain't even qualified to be listened to. Right?
Right.
Why aren't they qualified to be listening to? How come they're not qualified? They're children.
Yeah, that's true.
They are children. They don't have the experience you have. They don't have the maturity that you have. And if you give them to think that they do, you something wrong with you. No, it's not the fault of children that say that they are turbulent and that's no.
Just the parent.
Right.
Allow that.
Yes.
But I have to, in defense of some children, I have to say there are some children who have better common sense than some adults.
Well, very few.
That's true. I just said in defense of some children.
But there's a difference between parents and children and just adults.
Well, I'm just saying, I've seen some children that have more common sense than their parents did.
Well, they're not parents. They just produce other children. See, there's a difference there. We got babies not having babies. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like this lady, I was talking to her and everything. She said, hey, don't talk to me that way. I got 5 kids. And she's like 17, 18 years old.
Like you gotta talk to us.
I said, see, right there, somebody should have been talking to you. You gonna brag that you got 5 children and you 6 years old? Ain't married to none of them.
My mama got that.
That's what I'm talking about, you know. But you're right. I mean, there are some, because there's some, you know. She just produces her children. She ain't really a parent. That's the difference. Just like,
Trust me, I got a family member that's like that. Seriously, I mean, she got like 8 kids.
yeah.
And don't take that nothing they want.
And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, guys that's old and everything, they just males. They idiots. They just males. So, in definition of what I'm saying there, you know, but a true parent should have his role, and the children should have their role, and those roles should not cross, and they should not be if there is, somebody's losing out, somebody's messed up,
The parent is supposed
and if the children is making better sense than the parents, then you got some lousy parents.
There's a lot of them out there.
Oh yeah, plenty of them. Plenty of them. You shouldn't even never be parents in the first place. See? But that's part of it. And that's what's wrong with the world today. We got this thing all out of kilter. We got it all out of shape. All messed all up. Therefore, the prophet come along and told Israel, you got it out of shape too, Israel. See? You are my witnesses, not the other way around. You are my servant, not the other way around. that you can know and trust me and understand that I am He. I'm the only one. You got this mixed all up. There are a lot of Hebrew Israelite brothers and stuff, the people that get this stuff all mixed all up. They don't recognize that I am He. They believe, there are some of them believe I am them and they. Okay? And ain't getting along with them either. And here he says, no God was produced before me, nor will any be after me. Yes, I am Adonai. Beside me there is no deliverer. And that's why I said, which one of us would have a little baby? You done taught it how to talk, and then jump up and say, I know more than you, I smarter than you, I ain't listening to you. Which one of us will go along with it? I gotta listen to that baby because he. Which one of us will go along with that? We would have better sense than that. I know what I want to eat, and bring me my what you call it, and all that shit. And we go along with it. Yeah, okay. They say they don't like that menu here. They like this. They want this and that. Well, what do you think? What do you think the kids gonna say? Huh?
Candy.
Ice cream. Or
Sweets. That's right.
that's good, man.
That's it. Very few of them was gonna say, "Hey, I want a full course meal." They go that few I'm talking about. We was talking about that few. But that few that do it is them that have listened to someone because they didn't arrive with that knowledge all on their own. They listened and they heard those things from somebody else. That a full course meal is better than all the sweets that taste good. Full course meal don't always taste good to you. And certainly don't be cakes and pies and the sweets. As for its taste and enjoyment. But it's certainly a whole lot healthier and better for us. It took me a while to grow up, see. I was a kid for a long time because a lot of that food now I eat now. See? I call it rabbit food and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to eat all that stuff. Squash and all that stuff. Broccoli and all that. Tear it up now. Finally got some sense in there. That stuff is healthy for you. That's healthy for you. Therefore, he says, yes, I am Adonai. I'm the owner. I'm the one made you. And so I know what's best for you. Beside me, there is no deliverer. I have declared, said, and proclaimed not some alien God among you. That's what's wrong with us. Alien gods among us. And that's the problem with calling and using the name Jesus. Because it has been established by the majority as an alien God. And the lady got mad at me, boy, very mad when I told her that I thought we were on the same terms about using the name Jesus. And I said that Jesus is a man and not a God. But woo! See? That's why I started, like I said, that's why I started using that term. If we talking about the same man, and I let him know, if you talking about him as a God, it's off. See? And those are hell-bound. I ain't scared to say that. When you ask me, well, if they use that, those that, they are hell-bound. So, because they have alien gods among them. You can't say you're a Torah teaching and Torah believing in the Tanakh. You got another God? But now I'm not saying that all of them that way, but I said those that do. They're hell bound. Therefore, you are my witnesses, Adonai. I am God. That's the problem. That's what makes them hell bound. Because they can't fit what he wants for us.
But the Bible says, you know, Paul call him the man Yeshua.
Yeah. 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 So, you know, that's why Zechariah said, behold the man whose name is the branch. See? All these other folks that believe in all this other stuff here and all those things there, hey, they make it and they apply the wrong stuff. And that's why, you know, they're held bound. Because they are not seeing it in the right light of things. And they ain't talking about the same person.
They want to add to it.
They were right.
Because the Bible is against those that add to it.
There you go. So, just using the name, but the application of those things is the problem. And they all got the wrong, you know. It's just like Christians. Why did I say I'm not a Christian and those things there? And why I don't go along with the fact of saying that I'm a Christian? Because they say the fundamental teaching of Christianity is the Trinity. I don't believe in that. Therefore, they say I can't be it, and I agree with them. Then God called us Israel in the first place. It was the enemy, it was those other folks that they call us those Christians, Christians. Messianics, those that believe in the Messiah. Isaiah 44:6-8. Thus says Adonai, Israel's king and redeemer, Adonai Zebaoth. I am the first and I am the last. Besides me, there is no God. That's what gets them in trouble, dear folks. Believing in another God. Accepting those things.
You know, that's something that how humanity is. You know, they take the thing that the people persecuting you call you, and we label ourselves that.
Yeah.
Even you know, they crucify Yeshua on the cross or stake. Here they wearing it, the cross or stake as a symbol.
That's it. When you read in the British shop, you say they were first called. Who called them that? Go check and see who called them that.
Yeah.
You don't say God called them that. Did it?
No.
If it did, somebody correct me on it because I've only studied this for a while now.
The religious sects is the one calling that.
That's against them.
Yeah.
And marking them. You know.
Right. There you go. Every marker, and we take that and hold it. Ooh, boy, that's even above what God called us. God called us Israel. And even above that, and they held on it. Yeah.
That's why they say Israel don't know them. They don't know the God. They don't know.
Very good point. Very good point. That's something they do. They'll take it. Highlight that. You come in, I'm going to prove to you that I'm that damn. I'm going to take that and go with it. Well, our forefathers, they took it in when they are, and they went just as hellish and wrong as two left shoes. They incorporated all kind of stuff. Sunday, Easter, Christmas, and all this stuff here. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna say this here one thing. Their father, Constantine, who they said the church father and everything, their great leader and everything there. What did he say? He said, Christians, that's who he was talking to, are not to Judaize. What do you mean when he said Judaize?
Keep their laws and do what they do.
And dear folks, these folks run around here hollering about, the Khazar Jews and all that is the one that started Judaism and Judaizing. That's a lie. That's a lie. There was no Khazar at the time Constantine said Judaizing. Go back and check it out. We got us a historian here. We'll have him check me out and make sure I'm right on that there. I ain't right.
You're right.
You're right.
Huh?
It ain't nothing to look up.
Okay, all right.
Constantine ain't that old.
Constantine said that in 321.
Yes, right.
Khazar didn't come along to about 5 or 6.
Yeah, 14 to 1500s, right. There was no, see, but people mix and that's why I say, you got to be careful what you read. You read out there on the internet, and they'll blame everything on it, and they'll put everything on it. And then if you believe what they say, they got you believing that stuff. Like they experts on it. Oh, them Khazar kicked us out. Oh, don't get me started on that. But they got the experts that said it. I read on the internet all the time where they're saying that stuff. And just lying.
That's their expert.
And that's their experts, right? So you can get experts to say anything you want to say.
Right. The elect, they won't fully elect. It's the people that don't know. That's the one who fool. The elect are not going to be deceived.
Saw one expert up there. He's an expert paleo man. You know, going back to the original, sitting up there with rosa beads in his hand, and that's all I need to know. That was it for me. Talking about the rosary bead system out. Hey, I know where that come from. Dear folks, be mindful of what you do and those things there. You know. In John 17, Britt had this. No. Let's go. Let me finish this reading now. Isaiah 44. He says here, thus says Adonai, Israel's king and redeemer, Adonai Zebaoth. Dear folks, we better get ready for a kingdom.
Amen.
And that's what I mean by what I'm saying, that the salvation time is running out.
Amen.
Then, him being a lamb and those things, that's running out. Garment's going to get changed. I am the first and I am the last. Beside me there is no God. Who is like me? Let him speak out. Let him show me clearly what has been happening since I set up eternal people. Let him foretell future signs and events. Don't be frightened. Don't be afraid. Didn't I tell you this long ago? I foretold it, and you are my witnesses. Is there any God besides me? Israel, is there any God beside our God?
No. I know not any.
Israel, is there any God beside our God?
No. I know not any.
He said, is there any God besides me? He said, there is no other rock. I know of none. And then, y'all asked me a question about who's going to be saved and all those things there. I let you ask you that question. That Hebrews are like, you know, say that they believe in all this stuff and everything, but they believe that the The Messiah is them. It's not one. They believe that they believe in the Trinity. There are those that believe in the dualism. Two gods. A big God and a little God. Then you got the triunity. Is they going to be saved?
Try unity.
How can you be his witness believing in the other gods? He said, I am. I, not them. They fall out of that witness. That's all I can say. See? And if God, and as I said before, if you can't supply God's need, what he needs you for? A job's not going to keep you if you can't do the job that he wants you for. But then, you're supposed to be able to know how to work on copy machines and stuff like that. And you go out there and you don't know how to turn the machine on. You're supposed to be the expert. I'm an expert on this machine. Yeah, okay. You don't even know how to turn the thing on. Something wrong somewhere. But once you get it on, then I'll go. What you mean? Once you get on, you don't know how to turn the machine on?
You say you're an expert?
Yeah, and you an expert?
Right, that's labor that they gave me. I didn't label myself. They labeled me. They know what they were doing.
He accepted.
We go ahead to John 17. And the Brit had the shah. We got them same brothers that don't even believe in the Brit had the shah all together. What you gonna say about them?
Hey, well, that's guaranteed loss. Because they don't have no covering.
Amen. John 17. See, y'all done messed up now. See, y'all go in that book there, that line book, that wrong book. Hey, well, you just messed up all together around.
That's Christian, bro.
Yeah. That's what they say. Okay. John 17, starting at the 12th verse. When I was with them, I guarded them by the power of your name. Yeah, by your name. See? Which you have given to me. When I was with them, I guarded them by the power of your name, which you have given to me. Whose name?
You said 17 what?
This is John 17:12. How did he get this name? The Father gave it to him.
Amen.
I guarded them by the power of your name, which you have given to me. Yes, I kept watch over them. And not one of them was destroyed, except the one meant for destruction, so that the Tanakh might be fulfilled. But now I am coming to you, not I am going to be you. I'm coming to you. There's at least two different people, right? And if Jesus is God and the Father is God, that's two gods. Because he's talking about two different people here. Unless he's crazy. But now I am coming to you. I say these things while I am still in the world, so that they may have my joy made complete in themselves.
You know, I noticed my Bible left that out. It says, during my time here, I have kept them safe. I guarded them so that not one was lost, except the one headed for destruction, as the scripture foretold. But then you get that extra, you're showing the Greek. I have kept in your name those whom you have given me. So,
See, that's why I say you gotta be careful. So you gotta be careful about these translations.
right. So it's that you know that Greek has it, I mean, your Bible shows it correct. You know, the Greek.
Mm-hmm. And translators the one that made the mistake. See?
So mine said one that was protected.
Huh?
Mine said 1712.
Yeah.
During my time here, I have kept safe within your family all of these you gave me. I guarded them so that not one perish except the son of hell. And the scriptures.
They left your name out.
Yeah, left your name out. Right. See?
Huh?
Y'all seem to know why, right?
I guess to make you sure it's God.
No.
Okay, what?
I keep telling everybody, every single Bible has a pattern on it. That's why all Bibles are different.
No. Whether they come against the scriptures or not, they got to have their pattern.
There's no way in the world. There's no way in the world that 5 professors can go into a room with these with the ancient scrolls, and come out with 5 different books. How do you do it?
There you go.
Okay.
You have to change things because the King James Bible will tell you right there on the thing. It's publication. It gives you the patent number and everything. All Bibles have it. And they can't copy one another because they're patent.
So they change them.
So they have to change certain words.
I got you. So it'll be the original.
That's copyright. Therefore, we have to know God's word here. So there, he says that this is how I kept them. Matthew 13, Mark 13:30. Yes, I tell you that this people will certainly not pass away before all these things happen. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will certainly not pass away. However, when that day and hour will come, no one knows. Not the angels in heaven, not the Son, just the Father. And if you believe what Christianity teaches and what Christians say, you can't believe this. Because they say Jesus is God the Father, he's God the Son, and he's God the Holy Ghost. Therefore, how, if he's all three of them, how you gonna know something that Jordan don't know? That don't make no sense. He couldn't make this statement. He said, the Son don't know. He said, just only the Father. But you is the Father. That was them folks want me to believe and want me to call myself that. No, I'm not going to call him no lie. You call him a lie. He said, I don't know. Yeah, you do. You know. Well, how am I supposed to know? Because you the Father. Ain't that what they're saying? I'll ask you. They going to be saved?
How did you contradict them?
I don't like the odds myself, dear folks. So hey, that's why I don't take up the terminology. I don't like the winning. We talked about that last night. It said, if the righteous, how? Scarcely. So why are you going to take some chance on some stuff that, you know? And walk on a tightrope, you know, on a tightrope, you know what I'm saying? Don't put me no thread up there.
Hold on.
So have me walk on some thread.
Hey, if you got something bigger than thread, you know, I want you to have something underneath just in case.
Pick your choice, that little thread or that big rope. I think I'm gonna go with the rope. So we better get our act together here. Here's the killer. John 14:28. This is the man himself talking. He the one said these, not, you know, I'm just repeating what he says. You heard me tell you, I am leaving, and I will come back to you. If you love me, you would have been glad that I'm going to the Father. Once again, I'm going to. So there are some of them that believe now. They say, okay, we'll drop off the Trinity and we won't have the three there. We, you know, but we just, so they call it dualism. You got the Son and the Father, they both gods. He says, I'm going to the Father because the Father is greater than I. And guess what? Them dualists, they'll tell you, boy, the devil, and everything that they come up with, he still messed himself up. They said, ain't no little God, no big God. They all the same, on the same level. That ain't what he said. Even if they use their status and want to call them both gods, they would have to say it's a little God and a big God. Wouldn't it?
Yeah. One is subordinate to the other.
Yeah. But they say, oh, no, not that. They're on the same side.
It doesn't matter how many times Yeshua said, I was sent.
Yeah.
Well, I was the first of all creation.
You know, dear folks, they got some answering to do.
Yeah, they do.
You know? And some of the stuff they believe and they go, is outright make him a liar. And you think he's gonna be pleased with that? You gonna be pleased calling the king a liar?
All liars.
Wasn't that in the Bible that says I was sent?
Yeah.
Well, my pastor said.
You gonna go with the big one.
We better get this thing right, dear folks. All together. Okay, we got Sister Yali. Yeah. We'll have her to come forward and with the banner intro. And our song is Zealous Over Zion.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
The ensign of his glory. He that hath an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying to Israel. Isaiah 62:10-12. Pass through the gates. Prepare the way for the people. Build up the highway. Remove the stones. Raise a banner for the nations. The Lord has made proclamation to the ends of the earth. Say to the daughter of Zion, see, your Savior comes. See, his reward is with him, and his recompense called the holy people, the redeemed of the Lord. This banner which Yah gave, representing Jerusalem and her king, the man whose name is the branch, Zechariah 6:12-13, Isaiah 18:3, all ye inhabitants of the world and dwellers on the earth. See ye, when he lifted up an ensign on the mountains, and when he blew the trumpet, hallelujah!
Trying to get your blood a little stirred up there, trying to get you, because you get there, you sit there too long, you get stiff all up, and then your eyelids get heavy, and man, and the head get heavy, and
You got some just don't fight.
They just kill on over.
Right.
What you trying to say? I
I
want
want
to
to
die.
look at somebody here.
so we kind of, just surgery there to kind of get us, break the monotony there and stuff, and all those things. That's something. In our Israel update, I told you last week that Netanyahu, he told Hamas, that they do some stuff there that they was going to respond real harsh against them. They said that, hey, well, I guess they're getting a little tired of this, every weekend and everything there, they're having trouble at the fence there, and they done put up with all that kind of stuff from them and all those things there. And so now it's, when you start running out with them, your patience start running out, then you start saying things. And of course the world is, oh, the poor Palestinian people, you misusing them. Hey, but them folks are steady sending all kind of stuff across the border and all across the fence there. And that's what I'm talking about. Here we talking about building a fence and everything there. Yeah, that helps a certain thing there, but that certainly ain't stopped the problem that Israel is having over there. They just take them kites and stuff, flying them kites over there, and putting the balloons in there with the gasoline and everything. They're starting all kind of fires. They're starting all kind of fires and all that stuff. Then they come up there, roll up there with the tires and the wind blowing. Boy, they just start burning their tires and stuff, and that smoke and that stuff all over there in Israel. And that wall won't stop that. And so here we see that trouble is just trouble. And so Israel told them, don't, we're getting tired of it, So they told them, we will respond harder, They didn't believe it one way or the other. So Israel responded on the Gaza with 100 target strikes in the Gaza. I hit them with, they sent 2 rockets over there, headed towards Tel Aviv, and Operation Dawn got one of them, and the other got through, and it broke up and everything before it made it there, and so Israel says, okay, for them too, we're going over there. They hit 100 places over there. And
Why
they
did
didn't use the
why
mark
they
on them.
bomb 100 places?
Huh?
Why did they bomb 100 places?
They bombed 100 targets in the Gaza. They told them that, hey, for whatever you do, hey, we gonna hit back severely.
What was the target though? What was the target? What was the target?
The targets was Hamas installations and so far as I've seen that did nobody get killed. As a matter of fact, that's what they said, but they hit 100 of their installations and places that belong to them. They hit 100 targets there. Then Egypt called at the time before that and said, whoa, because the Egyptians was over there in peace talk with Hamas in the Gaza over there, and so when they sent it over there, so Egypt called over there to Israel and said, hey, it was a mistake. They weren't planning on doing that there. They weren't planning on hitting those 2 targets. That was a mistake. That was a slip up and everything there.
That was a what?
It was a slip up of Hamas. That was a slip up. That was a mistake. They didn't deliberately fired them off. They said it wasn't intentionally. That wasn't what they was intending on doing.
So are they certain it was Hamas, or it could be some fringe part of Hamas doing? But you know they do what they want to do. It's not like they have a cohesion.
Well, listen what the answer that Israel gave us.
What did they say?
Israel told them, okay, he says, and we take that mistake in consideration. We took that mistake in consideration, and that's why we only hit 100. They said, but if we thought that they deliberately did it, you had to call us, we were going to hit 500.
Wow.
So, I have a question. So they already knew where to target.
Oh yeah, they know, yeah.
So because nobody got hurt or nobody got killed.
Right.
Well, you know, in a situation like that, you always have a forward, somebody there that actually got eyes on the target. Somebody there, they don't know who it is, but somebody always got eyes on the target and knows exactly where the target is.
Well, it's kind of hard, when you got that. It's a little time. I mean, they got drones and they got stuff in there, and then they got spy planes and stuff over there, man. They on the air and that they're playing.
So many kids or so many civilians and stuff. I'm surprised they didn't say that.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta show them that, hey, I
mean business.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Trying to tell us
Oh, you gotta beat him up just that bad. I warned him. I told him to leave him alone.
That's coming.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so Egypt was a little mad at them. Egypt was a little mad at them at first. We was over there in the land and hey, and you put us in there, and that's why we called you and let you know. They call ahead of time, so this will let them know that hey, that's why I showed some mercy and everything, because you said that it was an accident. He said because we plan on hitting 500. So dear folks, Netanyahu ain't playing. You better be careful. You better leave Netanyahu alone.
Wait, further, he ain't gonna take nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, he's in a little trouble, so he's trying to look.
Yeah, right. Right, because that, hey, and because he's pulling ahead now.
Right.
He's getting some favoritism now, so now he's on the rise now. He's going back on the rise now. So it looks like maybe by April the 4th, I think they think that he might be the major children be ready to form a government. Those things there.
Well, I thought they want to get rid of him.
Well, there is something to do. There's, but it's just like, hey, there are people that want to get rid of Trump, but there's a whole lot of them that want to keep him. There are some folks that they ready to impeach him. Impeach him.
Well, you know, I think they don't want to start the fringe crazy people to get to
Leave the man alone. Leave him in office and vote him out. Don't impeach him. Leave the man in office, vote him out. Y'all don't know what's sitting in the wings waiting for you. I'm trying to tell you, Mike Pence is not the man that y'all think.
He's devil.
He's more dangerous than Trump. Mike Pence. Who do you think behind the coup in Venezuela? Mike Pence.
But hey, Pence is a Christian.
I don't care. They dangerous too.
These days.
He looked like a clean cut Christian too.
Amen.
No, well, that's it.
Oh, well, you just have French people that's on there. You just have people that say just, I don't support none of. I don't support that. You know, they got some. They got some Jews in the support their cousins. They say, yeah, they say, hey, they say that, hey, we support our cousins, and that's and all that, and we're not rejoicing in that. Netanyahu sent his sorrows for those things there, even though, what I'm saying? No, that's wrong. We don't go along with it, and all those things there. So, well, I'm talking about the act of what happened. They were,
when people worshiping,
yeah,
that's worship time.
Yeah.
It's not wartime.
Yeah, you don't going to mosques and all that stuff. You just start opening fire and killing them all along. I don't care. That's wrong. I condemn that, and hey.
It opens the door for everybody.
That's right. My cousins is kind of, they did but no, that ain't right for you to do that. That guy that went in and did that stuff, he was wrong. Because if you condone that, then they come in your place and they come anywhere. But they went to that second mosque there, and they had some. That's why he do too much damage there, because he had some lead coming back at him. See.
Yes.
See. And so there are no folks that testify and say, well, we don't want nobody having no guns in here and all that stuff. I'm telling folks right now, putting on what you call them there. That ain't for the branches. We don't believe that way. You come in here thinking that you might be gun free and ain't nobody in there, but you might get some lead coming back at you. And you might not know where it's coming from. We don't want you to know where it's coming from. But
Just want to say it rained down.
there you go. Yeah. So we'll let you know we're not like them other groups and stuff, and those things there. We don't condone those things there, but hey, we're not anti-gun in here. To have someone that got a gun and those things there that don't mind raining back on you. Now we're not sitting up here with everybody attacking guns and all that there and all those things there, but you might be surprised where it comes from. Yeah.
Mama Cat.
Yeah. There you go. And we but I want to keep this straight. We teach peace and love, but we also believe in defending. We defend, So if you think you're coming to a place where we ain't gonna defend ourselves, you got a wrong thing coming. You got a wrong thing. But we do believe in peace and love, and that's the way that it goes in those things here.
We are a congregation
When
of sheep.
Huh?
We are a congregation of sheep, but we got rams.
And the biggest one we believe in Yah. And he's our protector, but we also use the other two. So I just want to get that straight in those things there. And the same thing that they're talking about now. Israel has a right to defend himself. People run around and holler, well, God was for them and God do all that. And they wouldn't have to do this and they wouldn't have to do that. No, they have a right to defend themselves.
Yeah, they do have a right to defend themselves.
There you go. We have a right to defend ourselves. I'm not going to say that, but, if a guy coming in and got the drop on you, don't get stupid. So you gotta have some sense, you gotta know some, got to have some knowledge here and stuff. But we got these crazy folks now. I don't know what's wrong with these folks now. Knowing the police sitting out there with guns, protective gear on, all right, and you sitting there with a knife.
And saying, shoot me. He said, shoot me. That's what he said.
He wanted to die.
Walking toward the police with a knife and saying, shoot me.
They tell you, put the knife down. What you think you're gonna do with a knife anyway? It's just like I was talking to my cousin here, and he was talking to him, and when it was discussing and talking, and he said, now that's wrong. He said, y'all wrong over in Israel for doing this. I said, what was wrong about it? He said, we have rocks. What you're doing is just throwing the rocks, and y'all shooting us down. I said, cousin, think about that for a minute. What you just got through saying. I said, who's got the better sense here? Let me tell you something. That rock that y'all come at is a rock, that just as deadly.
Especially when you got 100 years of throwing it.
Yeah.
I have to disagree.
Good.
Right.
Have you seen the protective gear that they wear? Rock ain't gonna do nothing to them.
And them rock hurt.
Well, this was an analysis we trying to say. But I agree with you, and that's why I said that is the stupidity on my cousins. That's why I told him. I said, first, I said, second of all, that's stupidity. You think I'm gonna put down my gun and start battling you rock for rock? I said, no, I ain't doing that. If you want to come to the fight with that indiscretion, I might give you a warning. But if you don't, just like I said about them, don't have God over there in Israel, because hey, they wouldn't like me. I'd be in trouble, see, because when they come up there, because they got them suicide bomb belts and stuff on and everything there. I said, halt right there, show everything. Oh, but I don't know it. I tell you, hey. Show everything. I'll go back the other direction. That's right. And what if they don't do it at there? Hey, that's their problem. Wow! Because if they get up on you and everything and let that protocol going, hey, you gone. And that's why I say, if you can't learn, that's what I'm talking about. They hollering about how these white guys, how these white police is shooting these black guys on that. What you running for? They tell you to stop.
And shoot anyway.
Hey, you stop, you get shot. You run, you get shot. Put your hands up, you get shot. You turn around, you get shot. No. Sit in the car, still, you get shot.
No.
Well, you know what? If it's that bad, you need to stay home.
All right. You should be.
You need to stay home, stay out the street.
People just be going to the supermarket or they going to pick their children up, man. They're not like.
I'm saying, whatever you got. If it's that bad, you need to stay home.
Okay, kids going to pick up the kids, and police said, "Oh, what you doing? Take off running."
They trying to get closer to home.
All right, I'm not running.
No, pray. Well, pray. Maybe they might have a ticket.
Well, see,
If you've been watching the news, you know you got to outrun a bullet. So why were you running?
You have to get to the ground. They might have a rapid ground.
Yeah.
That does not justify killing them because they run.
That's not what the law says they get to do.
Right.
The thing is, I'm saying that shows that you guilty.
They show guilty of what?
Yeah, it does.
Told you to pray. That's all
This
it's
means that you violated what they told you to do.
and that's my point. If you don't learn how to obey authority, just like I said, I tell her to halt, show up everything and she don't follow my instructions.
She need to turn on her
So
do what he said to do.
So if police got lights on you and a siren on you, want you to pull over. Oh, let me hit it.
Ooh.
Then what's gonna happen then?
So they gonna get arrested, but that's all.
Yeah,
Shoot the kid.
Don't you notice, so usually the ones that run, they don't, because they have a warrant out.
Drug.
So.
And rather than face the judge, you rather face some bullets.
Right.
That's the way they do.
I don't like that still tells me there's something up upstairs up in his mouth up in their head and all together.
All animals have that.
I'd rather face the judge than to face some bullets.
But at the time, they ain't thinking about that. They thinking about they can get away.
Well, they need to be thinking about that.
But they don't. That's why they
I
get
think
shot.
it's just a fear of incarceration. Nobody wants to be cooped up in a cage.
Well,
Well,
don't do
Don't
nothing wrong. Don't do
Don't
anything
do
wrong.
stuff, yeah.
Live right.
See, this is what I don't know if y'all in the same. Maybe y'all not aware of what's going on in the country.
No, yeah. They got the blinders on.
There are so many police incidences where the police escalate things to that point.
Correct.
It's not always the citizen.
I know.
It's really not. I mean,
That woman that was back in her car.
matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. Just so we can move on, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna gather up all these videos within like the last 2 years. I'm not even gonna go past 2 years of incidents all around the country where people just walking down the street, police walk up to them and just start harassing them for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, they don't slow down now, cause the city and state say they tired of giving black people money.
No, Chicago just passed a law now. They making it hard to where you can't even, where they won't even release the dash cams, the police footage anymore because they have so many cases. So it's not always the citizen; it's the system too.
Well,
I agree with that.
on the Indian system and everything, but the point of it is that you got some crazy folks out there too.
Oh, I 100% agree with that.
You got some crazy folks out there, and they make it hard for everybody else. You know,
But then you have to understand that there's a system too that got a lot of.
Yeah, but I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about when I see a guy out there and they tell him to drop the gun, throw down the knife.
Oh, that's just mental illness.
That's what I'm talking about. They give him warning, and that's what I'm talking about. Is follow the instructions. They tell you, drop the gun, drop the knife, and you still won't do it. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, why would you let me walk 5 blocks with a knife?
See? Why would I let you walk down?
5 blocks with a knife behind me. Then you kill me later.
Because that 5 blocks that I go to might be grace and you wasn't no danger to nobody. It's just like that guy. Look. It's just like that guy that got killed down there on Cincinnati. They followed him and they done like that. But when he got ready to go in that store, they brought him down. No. I'm glad they didn't do it because I might have been in that store and I don't want that guy gonna come in there with that
I
knife.
don't know what he's gonna do.
Yes.
Why couldn't they just tase him like they tase anybody else? Why do you have to shoot?
I don't know.
They don't have to kill him out.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of these cases, they just really, a lot of police, they want to fire that weapon.
Well,
But they could have taken it.
They'll take
Some
this white guy.
good morning.
They tased him.
You said they wanted to, but they gave him warning.
Some people decide to kill, some people decide to smoke them out. It's all discretion of police. It's like it's no.
And there you go. And if you know that your color is against you, why would you do a whole lot of other stuff that's gonna make it even worse? You see it somewhere. It's something wrong with our matter up here.
Because America keeps telling us that we are part of America and we are supposed to follow.
And you believe that?
No, we're not. You're really not.
A lot of people run. They don't believe. They believe the police is gonna do something to me, so I'm gonna get away from it.
Police sure gonna do something.
Okay. Okay. All right then. All right then.
I'm just saying.
Either way you go.
If I run, then it's gonna do something.
You can't outrun the radio. You can't outrun them cars. You can't outrun that helicopter. And you sure can't outrun them bullets.
I'm gonna take my chance, throw my hand up, fall on the ground or whatever.
Well, y'all did. That guy, the black guy did that one time, and then they shot him.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but
Hands up.
I don't think it's that many that did that and died. The hand up fell on the ground before he said.
Therefore, dear folks, the whole thing is about let us learn how to see. You don't appreciate it until you're on the other side. You know, like I said, I was thinking about that too. I said, now why they gonna kill him when they get out. I said, hey, they shot him. This guy with 2 knives. I don't know what this crazy guy gonna do. Hey, I'm glad they took him. Hey, don't let him come in here. I'm trying to shop and everything. This guy coming in with knives and stuff. He might grab, if he stick the knife around your neck and all like that, then you have a whole different attitude.
I said, if we feel that way about the police, hey, if somebody. They are people just like anybody else, and you get bad ones among them, and you got good ones, you know. But you can still work at de-escalating the situation. You know, it just depends on You should like I said, hey, cop called me and he said those things. He says things that make me mad. You know, it might destroy it. Hey. My van was there, stopped it in the middle of the street there. He jumped out that car and he was upset because he had to travel there. Get this piece of junk out of here. At first, my mind kind of, at first my mind kind of, I said, hey, look. I just told him, I said, hey, I said, you're right. I said, hey, piece of junk done fell, they good on me here and everything, and I got me mad here, I'm in my suit here and stuff there, and the hot here and stuff there. I went on with it. Guess what? That guy come on down, helped me push the car away, took me to places I got to run out of gas, and did all that. He wouldn't have done that if I'd agitated that thing up. He called my car a piece of junk.
Yeah, I could have easily done that. But I didn't, and I thank God for it and all the things. And in that way, I got help. If I'd have growled against him, man, I wouldn't get no help. So, hey, all I'm saying is that there's it's better in those situations there. Like I said, because my mind thought about it first. I said, but what this is right there's a piece of junk here. This doesn't sound like that. Got me stopped out here. And it was hot too, and got no air conditioning and everything. And I was right out in the middle of the traffic too. And then he was upset about it too, because I was blocking up everything. So, hey. But like I said, when he come there with that attitude, then I said, I can't. I come with a different attitude and everything, defuse the thing there. Like I said, the guy helped me push it on out the street, out the other side there, and then took me to go get some gas.
That's pretty good.
He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that.
I totally agree.
If you hadn't said the wrong.
Yeah, I believe that front I showed you. I believe that I got out there.
But in the same aspect, think about it. You already frustrated that your vehicle is already that you broke down. And for somebody to come at you with some side comment, it's easy for things to go side.
That's all I'm saying. I said right. I could have easily done it, but I didn't. And so,
who would have been on? You or the police officer? Being a police officer, he should have came up to you and be like, "Sir, what's your problem?"
Yeah, but here's where the gray matter start kicking in. Gray matter. If he come up there already agitated and add agitation, the agitation ain't gonna help nothing.
I totally agree with you, but not everybody has that.
And that's the problem.
Y'all never know.
And that's the problem. You can't win on a situation like that. You gotta train yourself to understand that you can't win on a situation like that.
Right? A lot of them did already. White man. They mind already messed up.
I'm
just saying, he's going here. So,
I teach our children, and that there's the situation. Like I said, they're humans too, and they have attitudes, and they get those things there. But you don't put gasoline on a fire. See, you don't put gasoline on,
How much you want to make it?
Right, oh, here comes this fire, get some gas.
Yeah, right.
Both of you are gone. Then he have a right to pop off.
So let's use wisdom in all those things here. And like I said, we do those things for our defense, but not to be against folks and to do those things here. And so and that's what it's all about on that evening. I want to say that there. But now's the time. We're having terrible things going forth, and we're getting the wrong attitude of things here, and people still get an idea they can do this and they can do that there, and this is what we should do, and it's stupid. We got people talking about, I ain't taking this from the people. I ain't taking that from them. So I'm getting my gun and I'm doing all this stuff, and especially they talk about the white men doing this and all that. Yeah, the white man has control, and nothing you can do about it. They have the control.
Bigger guns than that.
There you go. You roll out of with that and everything. Hey, they coming in with a tank. What you gonna do?
You roll out with a tank, they're gonna come out with bazooka.
Right. All our jobs.
They're gonna come out with something else.
All our jobs. We work for a white man.
Then they come out there and they come out with them bombs and drop them. That's why they was so scared and everything, boy. That's why they were so scared when Obama was the president, because of them drones and stuff. Cause he was known for dropping them drones on folks and everything there. So boy, they were quickly trying to.
He was not soft, boy. He killed a lot of enemies. That Obama
Killed a lot of what?
of the enemies. I'm talking about, they said that he was soft. No, nothing soft about him.
He was just the president. He did his presidential rights.
Yes.
Exactly what he
He was cautious to try to
Or is it better word
start a war.
than using the word the white man? I use the word in terms of man downtown, therefore, because they don't turn just white. They could be black and turn white for us inside. So man downtown is a case where it's narrow. They come in wolves and sheep clothing. So that's the better perspective for that word for it.
Yeah.
Racist situation.
A lot of times it ain't just white cops that shooting these guys that's running and all that. It is black police too. That's why we have to learn how to abide by authority.
That's right.
They have been given that authority, whether they were or not, but that goes along with them.
They scared too.
Right.
You need to switch professors.
Well, you have to look at a lot of times.
Well, sometimes a lot of them have a bad day. That's why you need to calm down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're humans too, and all those things there. But hey, in all the situations, they don't always, hey, you and your wife might have had it to it, and you got to go to work and everything. You think about that and all that. Then somebody come up sounding like her and something, hey, they fire it back up again. So hey, that's the situation. But the thing of this is what I'm saying. Know that you at that disadvantage.
Right.
Almost all of them got bulletproof this and all that. You talk about it, you ain't got nothing.
Right.
You ain't got no bulletproof nothing. You already at a disadvantage.
And I thought
Black would know how to use more than anybody.
Right.
Use that gray matter up there. You good talker? Use that talking. Hey, talk yourself down and talk yourself out of it. Hey, You like to say, well, my cousin who was preaching, then we go check this out. My cousin, he's a preacher, and he said the police caught him. He was driving at 80 or 90 miles an hour, and the police put him over there, everything there. And the police come in. Do you know how fast you was going? You were doing it. He said, "Oh, thank you. I didn't realize I was going that." Yeah.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah. Cause man, I'm coming up there, I could kill myself. Well, I sure thank you. Hey. Police didn't know what to do for it. They didn't give me tickets, see? Yeah. Man, I'm so glad you stopped me because I ain't gonna be going that fast. I ain't got here for nothing. Hey, he just. See, now you better watch what you're doing. Everything, you gotta watch these cars because if you don't keep on up there before you do it, then he's going like, hey, you're right, sir. Hey. Get him out of a ticket, get him out of all those things and everything. Hey, just. But he could have jumped up there like I know some have done that. Well, you know, I do. And argue with the man. See, I've experienced both of them there.
What do they call that?
And one guy told Curly to go there and sit down and shut up. I heard that too, see. Oh, baby, I guess I'm like authority, see, hey. And I saw some of the people was telling me, see, I was going to school, they were telling me, you got the right to do this, you got the right to do that. But he told me to sit over this, get all over there, sit down, Curly, and shut up. I looked back there, man, and he had his hand on his gun there. I looked back there, two police cars behind us there, and they had the doors open with the shotgun between the door thing there and pointed at us. I said, that gray matter started working at his head there, and I said, it's time to over there and sit down and shut up. And shut up. So don't tell me you can't shut up with you. If you got any gray matter up there, you better learn how to shut up too. Yeah. So all I'm saying is that a lot of these ain't using their gray matter right. They ain't using their gray matter right. That's all I'm saying. All right. Okay, we have a solo. I have to come forward and give us a solo.
Test. Testing. Testing. No. Shabbat shalom, everyone. For sure thing, when we accept Yah, we don't want to do no hypocrite. Because if you do, it's going to come out. What's in your heart is going to come out. So the name of the song is It's in My Heart. I don't know what's waiting on me in the future. I just don't know. I don't know how I'll be doing 10 years from now. I just don't know, but I believe that I'll be singing or teaching your holy word. Oh, it's in my heart. Oh, yes it is. It is in my heart. I'll be serving. Sometimes my road gets dark and dreary. I can't hardly find my way. Sometimes my burdens get so heavy till I can't stop having sleepless nights and lonely days. But I believe if I keep holding on, God's gonna comfort me and keep me strong. It's in my heart. Oh, yes, it is. It is in my heart. He places love way down on the inside. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now I've been singing for a long, long time. I'm not gonna give up. You know I've got a made up mind. I've been lied on, mistreated by my so-called friends. But if I had another chance, I'd do it again, 'cause it's in my heart. Yeah, it's in my heart. Oh, yes, it is. Way down on the inside. Oh, it's in my heart. It's in my heart. Oh, Lord, come on and break it down. Break it down for me. Somebody wanna know why I sing the way that I sing. 'Cause it's in my heart. Oh, yes it is. Somebody wanna know the reason I love the way that I love. In spite of my enemies, 'cause it's in my heart. Way down on the inside, deep down in my heart, all the way down, it's in my heart, and I'll be serving the Lord. Yes, I will.
That's why we gotta work on cleaning out that heart. If it's in there, it's gonna come out. And if it's good, it's gonna make the body look good. And if it's bad, it's gonna make the body look bad.
Enemy.
That's right. So that's why I said we gotta work on getting rid of some of them inner thoughts that we done came up on and all those things there. Because it's not good for the, it's not good for the body. So, like I said, you're in a situation and those things there, get it right. And one thing of it is, we all have come short of God's glory, and so we got to ask Him, the one that got the ultimate authority, what to do, not what we think He ought to do. So we got to practice those things. Yeah. Okay. I ask you to bow your heads now. For tonight, Baraka, blessed to you, Lord our God, King of the universe, you have given us your Torah, the writings and the prophet, and the bread that they shine by thy great spirit, and the commandments of diligent teaching unto our children, unto our people, and all people of the earth. And let all Israel say, Amen. Our Torah read for this week's Parashah is taken from the book of Leviticus, the first chapter, starting at the first verse through the 5th chapter and the 26th verse. That is Leviticus 1 through the 5th chapter and 26th verse. A Haftorah reading is taken from the book of Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, starting at the 21st verse through the 44th chapter and the 23rd verse. That is Isaiah 43:21 through 44:23. This week's Parashah is Parashah 24, Vayikra, and it means, and he called. Our scripture reading is taken from the Haftorah reading, which will be given by Shamash. Let us give him our undivided attention as he read the word of God to us.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Our scripture reading will be taken from the book of Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, beginning at the 21st verse through the 28th. Isaiah, the 43rd chapter, starting at the 21st verse through the 28th.
What page is that? What page is that?
This is 503
Okay,
to 504.
thank you.
For my chosen people, for my chosen people, no,
No.
okay. The people I formed for myself, that they would proclaim my praise. But you haven't called on me, Yaakov, because you have grown weary of me. Israel, you have not brought me sheep for your burnt offering. You have not honored me with your sacrifice. I didn't burden you by requiring grain offering, or weary you by demanding frankincense. You have not spent money to buy me sweet cane, or fill me with the fat of your sacrifices. Instead, you have burdened me with your sins and wearied me with your crimes. Yes, I am the one who blot out your offenses for my own sake. I will not remember your sins. Remind me when we're in court together. Tell your side. Make the case that you are right. Your first father sinned, and your spokesman rebelled against me. Therefore, I repudiated the offices of the sanctuary, delivered Yaakov to the court of destruction, and subjected Israel to scorn. And y'all add a special blessing to reading of.
Y'all in dealing with the children of Israel, dealing with our ancestors, you know. He teaches us, and we get to experience in those things there that definitely should be a lesson for us in those things there. We're continuing on. God has brought us out, carrying us through, and we're not ready to go into the promised land. No, we just ain't ready. You know? People and all that stuff there, but you ain't ready for the promised land. See? And we prove that by our obedience to authority.
Amen.
And that's what we have learned. We ain't learned that right. See? He said, what did God told them it's time? And what did they do? No, we don't want to go. I don't want to go. Then after God said, okay, then you like it so much out here and everything, you don't want to go there. Then guess what? Turn on back, stay on out here, and you're gonna be in here for 40 years. Oh, now we're ready to go. Yeah, I said it's too late.
Yeah.
I done changed my mind. We prove of those things there, so we got to learn what it's all about here. So God said, okay, here's my other plan. Okay? Y'all want me to stay with y'all and do those things there? Build me a sanctuary. You had some of them that wanted to go in. You had some of them that didn't want to do it. I'm holding on to my little step. I'm holding on. God said, okay, just take it from those that are willing to do it. Them that ain't willing to do it, okay. I had something in mind for them later on. Yeah. All of them were stingy and wanted to keep on to their stuff and all that stuff there. They got it quick. All the precious stuff and all them and everything got it. So hey, this is okay. But he said, after the sanctuary was built, God taught them to learn how to obey authority and to follow authority, even in the building of the sanctuary. They all had to come to Moshe for what reason? To get the approval first. Did I do this right? Did this pass yet? Oh, I ain't worried about it. I'm going to hate. I don't want to. I'm going in there. I'm going to do it. I got to take that, that hat. Moshe said, no, that ain't right. Take that back and rebuild it again. I ain't doing nothing. Now y'all Israelites, yes. I said that we're stiff-necked, stubborn. Where did he get that from? He just imagined it?
Our actions.
Yeah, you go, our actions. But if somebody call you something and all that, and they lying on you, what did he tell us to do?
Rejoice.
Yeah, how we doing that, dear folks? How we doing that? How we living up to that?
Somebody else. Somebody ready. Do something.
Take more time for others. Now, everybody ain't up there.
Let me tell you something, dear folks. We act a fool and get mad when they tell the truth about us.
Amen.
Not only when they lying on us.
We be mad either way. Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we're like a bigger fool when they tell the truth about us. We gotta start learning. We gotta start learning some stuff. We gotta start doing it, maturing and coming on up. See, we can't have it. We think with this. The enemy is the one that make you think that you're right there. You're all those things there, and then so God was telling them, okay, here's what I want you to do. Build me a sanctuary. Go by everything that the one that I showed. I didn't show it to all of y'all, but it was right. Y'all go to the one. That's Moshe. Then after Moshe get through with it and all that, then God told him to erect it. And then when he got it all erected and everything there, God was the one that showed him how everything's supposed to go. And then God called Moshe up, and this is the point. After the sanctuary was all built, qualified, God came in, and God was the ultimate one that approved of it. See? And he got it all together and everything there. Moshe even had a Lord, and God came down there in the cloud there, and his glory filled the place there and everything. That was the thing. He said, yep, that's all right. Now that we got all this straight here, now it's time for the instructions. Now it's time for instructions. Because let me tell you something, you still got to go by my authority. You just can't run over there and just do whatever you want to do. Somehow we get this attitude that we can do whatever we want to do. I don't care what nobody, I don't care what the authority says. I'm going to do what I want to do. See? Authority say don't do this and don't do that, and I'll do whatever I want to do. I don't care what nobody says. That was Israel's attitude. And y'all, this is where we at right now. I want you to see how God took it. We're going to go right there. Leviticus 1. After they done built the sanctuary, gathered all, then God started telling them some things. Go to Leviticus 1 and start reading it. Leviticus 1. We're going to see what instructions God told them.
Adonai called to Moshe and spake to him from the tent of meeting.
Now notice this. He was in the tent of meetings there. That's where, and God called and spoke to him. He didn't speak to all Israel. See, God was still working through his authority. That's the way God do things. He works with it. And they had already said that they would go along with it, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
When did they do that? When did they say that?
On Mount Sinai.
At Mount Sinai. They don't want to plead with God. God, don't come down here and talk to us again like that now. We scared.
Don't stay scared long, though.
No.
Speak to Moshe like that there, and we'll listen to him. Besides that, we don't like all the rules and regulations you have for us to be able to qualify to even come to hear that there. Especially when you're gonna get in my business now. See? Some of the restrictions God told them to do and everything, they didn't like that. Get in my business now. You touching the wrong thing here now. Nevertheless, here, let's see what he said here.
Okay. Adonai called to Moshe and spake to him from the tent of meeting. He said, speak to the people of Israel, say to them, when any of you bring an offering to Adonai, you may bring your animal offering either from the head or from, offering either from the herd or from the flock.
Now notice this. God said, you just can't bring me anything. God didn't get a stray cat or a stray dog or something to come up here and bring it.
Bring anything up. Boy, yeah.
That's what God is saying to him. Say, don't do that there. Yeah, but it's what I feel in my heart. The Spirit moved me to do it this way. Nothing to do with me.
Cat got 9 lives, so this is 9 sacrifices.
Right. That knew it's gonna work here. I'm giving you instructions. I'm telling you how I want it. When they come and when you decide, I let you have a certain leeway. So I'm gonna give you a choice. When you go forth and all that, what did he say? Where it brings from? From the herd?
From the herd.
So that eliminated a lot of animals and stuff that you couldn't bring. Right?
Right. When you say herd for the flock, is that their own herd, the flock? Or, I mean, they don't make no sense.
From the herd or from the flock.
Yeah.
From the herd or from the flock?
Right. Cattle goes in herds, sheep goes in flocks.
Oh, okay. All right, now.
Well, these are things that we,
That's a legitimate question.
yeah, that was legitimate. That was good.
Yeah.
You're receiving.
Oh, okay. But he was identifying out from whence you are to take your sacrifice.
Okay.
And so that streamlined it down to a lot of other things. And that's why I say you can't go out there and get you some straight, what you call them, a straight, and bring that there. Go out there and get you a straight wolf out there or something. Something. Can't do that. If you want to be pleasing in my sight, you want to get those things, this is what you got to do. You got to follow mine for this thing to work. See? It's just like, they tell you at first, they tell you that there. And I remember this one lady, she came there and she was working with my daughter there. She was a farmer lady. And a car wasn't running good. So it must be the fuel pump or something, thing there. So I think I got to go there and take a look at it and everything there, and about the fuel pump and all that stuff there. And it turns out that she put diesel in the instead of gasoline.
Which makes sense because a lot of foreign countries, they don't use gasoline, they use diesel.
And she's the one.
Yeah. And she found out quickly that it'll work a little while.
That's why they make the nozzle bigger than the gasoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like figuring out how she get the gas in there first. Okay.
But see, you don't know. See, and that's what it turned out to be and everything. Yeah. And stuff. And so it's bad. You need to learn how to follow instructions. So God was giving them some instructions. When you come, it's your idea to want to bring it now, but you just can't bring it from anywhere. That's the first thing you got to start doing. Got to understand how I am. You're not dealing with just anybody. Read on to the 4th verse there.
If his offering is a burnt offering from the herd, he must offer a male without defect. He is to bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting by Adonai. He is to lay his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it will be accepted.
All right, now let's go here. Notice it. Do you see in all that reading there, there's a lot of stuff that goes in there. Just in that little simple reading there. How did God determine? He said Adonai is going to determine whether it's going to be accepted or not. Before anything happened. How was that done? Yeah.
Through the priest.
Yeah, through the priest. Through another form of authority. You shouldn't bring it right up there and all that stuff and say, all right, no. You had to bring it up to the priest, and the priest had to examine it and say, okay, this is qualified. Everything worked by authority. God had gave the peace and those things, the authority to make that decision to do those things there, and then look for around you. Now they go to get both of y'all in trouble. Because the final okay, guess what the final okay was? Yeah. And how did he do that? See? He did that by accepting the sacrifice himself. See? All right. Read on it to the 4th verse. He said, now, your next part was that once you bought this thing, did you have a part to play?
He is to bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting,
There you go.
so that it can be accepted by Adonai.
All right, now, and that acceptance meant that it started out with the priest accepted it and said, okay, yeah, brother, yeah, look at this here. He checked to make sure it ain't got no broke legs and to die, about ready to fall over and everything there, and the ribs showing.
You check the age of it too.
Oh yeah, yeah. So he checked it all out and everything there, and then you see it all scarred all up and everything there, and all those things there, and they say check the the age of it and those things there, and as far as his then he said, okay, no. Ain't that something, how we get this attitude here that this God just said he'll accept anything we say, just anything, whatever you feel like doing, that's what God will accept. No, sorry. So where we get this attitude from? Where do we get that from then?
Christian mindset.
We get that from the fact that we think we're the boss and not him. That's where we get it from. Whatever I feel in my heart, and that heart again.
Christian mindset.
Whatever I feel in my heart and everything else. What did God say about our heart?
That's pretty wicked. You can know it.
And so you gonna go by that, huh? See? I just go by my heart,
Human mindset.
Yep. Let me tell you something. I said, when I read that, found out, I said, oh Lord, I gotta get past this. I gotta get better than this here. See?
But you see, even after reading it, you still have that thought you want to trust.
Oh yeah. And that's why we have to practice those things. That's how we have to know those things within us and all those things. And that form us and transform us. That renewing that heart, that mind. So you become another creature.
Right.
See?
Obedient.
That's right. Because if you continue that old stubborn, hey, this is why we was talking about these guys. They don't form themselves to, hey man, catch me now. He want to catch me on run out, and you don't form your mind to do those things, and so you automatically gonna do that.
Right.
One guy jumped into the creek into the river out there, Arkansas River out there. Now, how? Where you think it's going?
Float down and get away.
Float down, right?
Don't float down the river and get away.
Yeah, you float down there and get you down.
They just wait till he got tired out there. I didn't want it.
There's a boat. Yeah.
See, we.
Now, everybody do, get that Billy Club pop you a few times. He can't be getting down this cold and stuff.
It just our minds is gone, and that's what we want to count on. No. So God said, hey, look, if you come in your mind, God wants us to have that good mind, but He says He wanted discipline. He wanted it curtail into what He and the shape into what He wanted and how He wanted and everything. Then you in trouble. See? He said, after you do those things there, then you come. You read that. What it says there.
Okay.
You place.
He is to bring it to the entrance of the tent of meeting, so that it can be accepted by Adonai. He is to lay his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it will be accepted on his behalf to make atonement for him.
All right, and that's what He do. And his part was the fact that once he do his thing, he got to pronounce his sins and those things that he's doing upon that animal. But before all that taking place and for all that other exercise, for all that to go forth, he had to go through the authorship. He had to go through the procedure, and the right procedure, and the right steps. Hey, I got to do it my own self. I don't need him. I just want to do it all. No. That ain't the way y'all set it up. You got to do it the way I set it up. You got to do it the way I told you to do it.
You got a hand.
Yes. Okay.
You know, when Yeshua healed this leper, and he came back and he was clean, but he told him, you know, you got to go to the priest.
Yes.
To go to the priest. So,
And for him, the procedure way for him to get him back is like, you cannot, you cannot come here and get tickets and all that stuff from there and then come here and think, well, I'm gonna do myself to God and all that stuff, and that clear, and then I get started all over again, and that cleans my slate, and that cleans my state. No, that don't take care of that. Yeah, but you told me my slate is clean, and I'm washed from all my sins and all that, but it ain't got nothing to do with you and what you done did and messed up with the state. You still got to get that straight now. Don't get these things mixed all up and don't get those things all crossed. You got to understand how these things operate. You can go get baptized and all that stuff there, but you get pregnant and oh Lord, I messed up, I got better. Oh, I'm going to get baptized and all that stuff. You're going to still be baptized. You get baptized, you still going to be pregnant after you come out of that water. Hey.
Can't wash that away.
Yeah, I was gonna stay there. So I'm gonna go down. You gonna go down the water and come back up, you still gonna be pregnant.
We're gonna wash the sin away.
Yeah, right. See, so let's don't get these things. Let's don't get ignorant. Use that great understand that's great matter. It's called your brain. But there are people that get those attitudes and get those things out. Cannot do those things there, and it don't work that way there. We've got to understand how Yah set this thing up. He gives the instruction, and he's giving it. Even when it don't have to be about burnt offerings, which has to do with your sins and everything, you just might want to bring a peace offering. God had rules for that. See? Go Leviticus 3rd.
If his offering is a sacrifice of peace offering, then if he offers before Adonai an animal from the herd, then no matter whether it is male or female, it must be without defect.
Now, on certain ones, and this is why you better know, this is how, you had to be smart. You had to know what God's rule was. Whole lot more than what you do now.
Oh, there was always somebody there to correct you.
Yeah, well, that's true too, and that's a good thing. You had it. But you see, you still got to do a lot of talking. See, some of them won't be sitting there. Hey, I'm coming up with that, but don't ask me what it's all about and everything. I'm going to keep that secret. I'm going to back up what I've done. No. Determine on what you're going to do here. So when you come up there with a peace offering, you say, okay, on certain offering, it's only the male. Only a male. But on a peace offering, it could be a male or a female. But guess what? It still had to come from the herd or from the flock. Still couldn't go get, well, this is a peace offering. And guess what? I saw that old wolf running out there and everything there. Plus, hey, I with cattle and all that stuff there. Hey, that'd be a good offering there, you know. They get that offering, kill that old wolf and bring it, you know. No, can't do that.
So the peace offering, you can have a female or a male.
Yes.
But
Yes.
just for a burnt offering, you got to have only a male.
There you go. So you had to know these things different. See, so you had to learn that, and you had to learn how to be taught. See, taught. Because they didn't automatically. It just didn't automatically come in your mind and everything that you know what to do. No, they had to be taught that. All these things we're talking about had to be taught to everybody.
Every day I had to read it. Yeah.
And not only after they teach, but they had to put it in action. He said, take. Then he said, read on. Let's see what.
Okay. It must be without defect. He is to lay his hand on the head of his offering and slaughter it at the entrance to the tent of meeting.
Guess what? Even a similar thing in those things there. God wanted them. No, that's Leviticus, the third chapter.
Third chapter.
Mm-hmm. I want you to see that this procedure, no matter what it was, God had us go through the same form of things. That hopefully some of these things, but there was some little difference in it. See? See, whether or not we're going to be obedient or not. Well, you said, you know how we are. But you said so and so and so. Yeah, I did say so and so. But that was talking about that there. Now I'm talking about this here. What? Because I'm the one that is pleased by this. Even in your peace offering. See? Now start read 6 to 8 of the same chapter.
Okay. If his offering for a sacrifice of peace offering to Adonai is from the flock, he offer it, no matter whether it is male or female. It must be without defect. If he brings a lamb for his offering, then he is to present it before Adonai.
See that? See, it got to go through the same form. Well, I ain't got to do with my sin. It's just a peace offering, you know. That's why I appreciate what God had done for me. Some call it elevation. When I just feel like I need to be more closer to God, and so I'm, okay then. It's the same procedure. Okay? I said it might be a little different, male or female, but you still got to do those things there. You got to still place your hand on those things there. God, my spirit is kind of telling me, you don't need no spirit to be telling you this. I'm giving you my word. He said, besides that, he said, the words that I speak of you, they are what?
Life and life.
So where do people get all this? Where do you got all this? Like my friend, he come stay with him, and he tell me, I'm telling what the word is. My spirit, the spirit tells me what to do and everything happens. I go by the spirit. I don't worry about the word. We had some other lady. Y'all had some other lady tell y'all that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. So y'all know I ain't just saying about some stuff. There are folks that really believe that stuff.
Yeah.
God's word is right there telling me that I gotta wait on the spirit to move me.
I gotta pray about it.
I can't.
Did you ask him which one?
Yeah.
Because the words are spoken.
Well, I'm just saying, you said you wait.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spirits.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I said, what you waiting on him for? That's what I asked him. Well, he got to move me. Move you?
We're going to shove you, push you, trip you. What are you doing?
God's word ain't good enough? God ain't no defect animal to me. I gotta wait on God's spirit before I don't bring a defected animal to him. No, you ain't gotta do it. I gotta wait on the God. God help me to be able to count to 7. He said the 7th day of the Sabbath, the Spirit got to come and bring that to me. The word is telling.
They want God to tell them.
That's just a fancy word of saying I don't want to do that.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't want Holy Spirit when they was going to Sunday church.
The enemy, God is teaching us all these things, and he's teaching us the importance of all this. And he set the criteria, and he set what's approval and what's not approval, and how he wants things to go and all that. And if there's any, then there's another offering now. Go to Leviticus, the 2nd chapter, and read the first 3 verses of Leviticus 2. All this got to do with the sanctuary now, and the operation. They just thought, well, just give me a sanctuary, and that just be it. God will sit there, stay in his sanctuary. I ain't got to do. He'll stay there and all that there, and we'll still say I can have our fun, do whatever we want to do. No, there's a reason why God had that sanctuary built. Leviticus 2:3.
Anyone who brings a grain offering
To
Adonai is to make his offering of the flour, for he is to pour olive oil on it and put frankincense on it.
What is this? The grain offering, see? And one of the translations in the Hebrew, it says fine flour. Go out there and get some gold. Don't go out there and just grind up some and just rough and all that stuff that on. I'm gonna bring you fine flour. You get you some of those old coarse flour and make a cake. There's a difference between that fine flour.
That was more work for him.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what it was.
You don't give an indication of how much. Is it sack? Is it a bag? Is it a kilo? Is it pounds? What is it?
Those instructions was given to them
They were given also.
as to how much.
Just bring the fine flour.
See? But they was to make a cake out of it and those things there, and God, and they was told, they was instructed on what it was.
They have regular flour, flour to make cakes with, and then they have cake flour. And you can tell the difference between the two.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So you can't make a cake out of any flour.
They have all, bro, you hear what I said?
No, I'm just throwing that out.
I said that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Cake and texture be different.
Definitely. Definitely. And that's why God knew what the difference was. And I don't ever preach. They can tell the contexture of it, hey, what you bring this stuff for here for?
You need to grind that up a little more.
That's right, hey. You ain't putting away. Yeah, well, I didn't have time. I just had to. No. Go back and hey.
Send that through the middle.
In other words, God wants us to put some time to it. He don't want you to rush through some stuff and all that. And that's what God. How hard the night, you get that from the weed and from the wheat and all this stuff. Then you got to ground that into those things. You got to put some work into that. You know, just in case somebody asks about it, you don't grow flour.
That's right. Seduce it.
You gotta remember, it's wheat flour.
You're right.
They didn't have white flour back then.
Yeah.
And wheat flour, it's hard to grind.
Yes.
Kernels are hard.
That's right.
And then you bleach it to get it white.
Well, that's what you.
And all these things that we'll spend all day long on the internet looking up this here, looking up this there, looking up this here. And I'm not saying it's wrong with you for you to do those things, yeah? But when it comes, how much time do you spend in God's word in the Bible, reading the Bible and doing those things? Yeah? I found myself sometimes guilty of that. Spend half the day, and I'm sitting half the day and I'm going. I'm on the internet, just checking all out, and then it comes what Satan working at too. Then when it comes time to go to study or do something for God, about 5 to 10 minutes,
Sleepy.
Y'all had it happen to you now?
Yes.
Can't go to sleep.
I had time going to sleep and everything. And I said, get the Bible and start reading that Bible and start doing that. Hey, I work every time.
Woo,
I'm so sleepy.
Now there's something to that.
Amen.
Our bodies and our veins and all that. The enemy has focusing on all these things to make us. And God tried to take these things and set it back in line for us.
Yeah.
And we wonder why, Our kids, they can stay all day long, spend half the day and all that on them playing their games. And don't get tired. But you give them some little verses to memorize. Oh, I can't do all that. I got homework to do. Homework don't stop them from being on that game, playing them games.
It's just lack of interest. That's all it is.
That's exactly what it is. I can't get no time with that. I can't go around there because hey, I got my homework to do. Stop nothing. It sure don't slow you down on them games. And you're upset because you can't get on them games. Some parents say, hey, you gotta get that homework done and everything before you get on them games. And the parents that don't do that, I don't want none of y'all to volunteer to put that before y'all do the other. And if he is, y'all can speak up and say, hey, I do. I'm waiting for somebody to say I do. So I ain't heard it. So I guess I'm right. You say, well, how you know it? Just on the field was that way. Now, I was that way when I came up. I was that way. So there's a few exceptions. I got my homework done for 4. And you know why? I had some help. Well, I got help from 2 people. I got help from 2 people. My parents and the teacher. Teachers ain't teachers like they was back in them days. Teacher back in them days say, hey, where's that homework at? A dog ate it and all that. Okay, well, keep it here from that dog. By the time they're type of cancer, bow, bow, bow. All of a sudden, hey, guess what? That homework becoming part.
You see that dog, you go kick it.
Get rid of that dog.
I don't know too many dogs go around eating paper.
Yeah, I read that. Those are excuses and everything.
Something sticky.
Yeah. Sure, try to get under. Like, you ain't did everything, but it didn't take long. Like I said, we'll give you a reminder.
You had those little puppy, they get on the paper and tear it up.
Oh.
You shouldn't have put your homework down there for you. Teacher was great.
Well, see, we got whooped if you didn't bring no homework. What do you do now if you don't bring the homework in? I'm talking teachers. What do your teachers do if you don't bring homework in?
I don't think they give up.
I'm asking the school kids that go to school.
They give you a D or an F.
Okay, so they just keep.
don't have no detention.
Some say they give you an extra day to get it.
Do
So what if you don't get it?
they punish y'all in it?
You see, mine is quiet because she's been at homework again, but as I go to school and they come into her again, she ain't got to say it no more. So I ain't worried about it.
There ain't no paddling, there ain't no nothing, there ain't no
Not in
nothing.
the school.
That's what going to school.
No. Teacher only
Parents
punch
can't
you out.
even beat their kids. You know the teachers can't
Well,
do
you're
it.
right.
So what?
I don't-
Parents
right.
can't beat their kids. You know the teachers can't do
Yeah.
it.
Which one?
Which one what?
Can't do no what?
Parents can't beat their kids, so you know the teachers can't
Ain't
do
talking
it.
about us.
Oh, okay.
I beat mine.
Me too. Because I just got back from a teacher's meeting and mine's coming where I wanted to come in. Let me come up here and don't get the homework turned.
You know what I mean. Stop making things better.
If you go to a private school, you're gonna get whooped.
You gotta pay that money.
They make you sign a paper. They parents sign that they can whoop
Ooh, we need to never heard of that.
And you paying for
I said, if you go to a private school, you're gonna get whooped.
Oh, yeah, they got private schools that believe in that. It's a private school.
Yeah,
All of them, just about all of them believe in that.
I think this we kind of did our school in here. Yeah. This what did our school in.
Parents didn't like that.
Yeah. You wouldn't know parents.
What did it?
Yeah, the parents did all that, cause I was one that executed the whooping and everything, you know, and those things that they, you know, there was some that was already written, there's some that now, I don't want you to do that. I said, hey, well, you wrong school, you know, those things then, so hey.
So the kids cut up, you can't whoop.
No, they're just gonna call you off your job. It's all.
All these things, you know, they show you that you got to work those things out and understand the whole situation. God is that way. For somehow we think when it comes to God and those things that when it comes to church and all those things that you ain't supposed to do this. People got this thing all mixed all up and wrong.
That's right. Well, a lot of parents different in private schools too. They ain't paying that money for you to go there and cut up.
Yeah. That's why they make different, that's why they got different rules. They got to come up with some money.
All right.
See?
Some of them ain't cheap either.
Ain't no private school cheap.
That's right. Right.
What? Private school? Depends on the level of school you're going to. I mean, private school you can pay anywhere from $20,000 to $30,000 a year.
That's why them college kids, you have somebody to do their SAT. They took
Uh-huh. And what the thing of it is the whole, that's why God is bringing me into the world, dear folks. And that's why if we can't see all these things is against the rulership and against the things the way God has set up there. And how do you expect this world to go forward and exist with everything messing up?
Man got the ability to make cars run off the water and then.
Where'd you go? I went to Harvard and everything, and you come out dumber than dumb.
Dumber than a rock. And that's what they.
You become president.
Yo,
See? He went to work business school.
yeah. So, dear folks, let us learn how to go forth with instructions. Let's learn how to do it because all these things was for our good. See? All these things was for our good. But God was very precise in it. He was very precise. No matter what you do, and I don't care what you're doing. And he says that, so even in the grain offering, they had to do a certain way. They just couldn't, I just roll milk and stuff in and everything, yeah, and then bring it up there and all that. No. God said, no, you ain't either. Get some fine, and not only that, but you got to add something else to it. We go there, let's wrap it up. No more.
It says, Haftorah.
Okay, right.
anyone who brings a grain offering to Adonai is to make his offering of fine flour. He is to pour olive oil on it.
Olive oil, that's the next thing.
Right.
Olive oil is not cheap.
Okay.
Don't come with me with no cheap stuff. See? Don't got to get some birds. Don't go out there and burn some fat off of what you call there and use that as a grease. You're like, olive. God is very precise in those things. When we're dealing with God, He's a very precise God. No. Not only that, but what else? What He say?
He is to bring it to the sons of Aaron, the Kohanim. The Kohen is to take a handful of fine flour from it, together with the olive oil and all the frankincense, and make the remainder portion on goes up in smoke on the altar as an offering made by fire.
See, at first they were doing the God. Hey, Israel got so bad. God said, "I tell you what you do. You have to change this or take him. You want to bring the flour." See, if you get all that stuff, it's kind of hard, you know. So do you see what they said to do? Mm-hmm. Because that's exactly what they did wrong. Instead of they going up there doing that there, they say, "Hey, we're gonna be smart here. We're gonna bunch all this stuff up together, then we're gonna bring the whole cake up there." No, God ain't stupid. You know what he said there? He said he must check that fine flour, make sure that fine flour. Then he took that from there and then bring that olive oil. Check that all out. Then it was made up there. Now if you come with it, I got the cake already made here. No. I ain't trusting you Israelites.
And the frankincense too.
Yes.
It had to be a certain.
There you go.
Special.
You can't just go get you any kind of season, just kind of any kind of what you want to put on that. No, you got to. Yeah, but them frankincense is expensive. That costs everything. I ain't tell you to bring that all the time, but if you do bring it, put some time on it. Don't come with no cheap stuff and everything here, but dealing with me. You know, so God knew all these things, set up all these things, and everything that God said to do and everything there, we messed it up big time. Messed it up big time. See? And that's exactly what we read there when he was reading in the Parashah there. I mean, in the scripture reading there, in the book of Isaiah. Go there, and in the book of Isaiah 43. Isaiah 43, start reading at the 22nd verse there.
Okay. But you haven't called on me, Yaakov, because you haven't grown weary of me. Israel, you have not brought me sheep for your burnt offering. You have not honored me with your sacrifice.
Why didn't they do that stuff? Why? See? Because I'm going to tell you something, sheep was expensive. Especially a young one, and you want to take one of them, because he just not get to the age where he can produce some more, you know, and a male one at that. So hey, you gonna take that costs. See, you done slacked off on doing those things. You read them.
Okay. I didn't burden you by requiring grain offering, or worry you by demanding frankincense. You have not spent money.
Now notice that God said, I didn't worry about it. Notice that what I was telling you about that peace offering, that grain offering, that was volunteer for what you wanted to do. But you still had to do it the right way.
Right.
And so, because of the fact that you didn't want to do it that way, and it was you didn't want to do it at all. Let's just stop bringing it in. Okay. Yeah. That's up to you. We'll see how it wears out. Read on.
Okay. Or fill me with the fat of your sacrifices. Instead, you have burdened me with your sin and worried me with your crime. I am the one who blots out offenses for my own sake.
Now, God said, I'm the one that's going to do those things here. You ought to work and have enough sense up there to know that you got to please me. It's just like I told what Judge Judah told the guy that day. She said, you want to come here and make me mad? And I got to, and I'm the one that got to make a judgment this way. And you, something wrong with you up there. You don't want to make the judge mad and upset with you. I like when she said, bye. Yeah, right. He's like, hey, no, that ain't smart. And so God is to tell him now, I'm telling you what pleases me. You gonna be, he better be pleased with this here. This is that. No, it don't work that way, dear folks. He give us the instructions and all things there. We did not follow through on them. He said, you didn't do those things there. And therefore, I didn't like your sacrifices. And it didn't please me. But he didn't say that he was against the system. He just didn't like what they were doing. Because let me tell you something, that beats the alternative. If we didn't have this sacrificial system, what is the other alternative?
Dad.
What? Say that again?
Dad.
That's right. You die for your sins. You die for your sins. So, hey, you better, try one or the other, but hey, let me tell you something. That's bad. And he set those things in line, But our God's a good God. See? And we're going to go to Hebrews, the 10th chapter. Go to Hebrews, the 10th chapter. And start reading at the 8th verse there.
He said Hebrew 10, Hebrew 8.
Mm-hmm.
Hebrew 8. Okay. Hebrew 10.
Hebrews 10.
Okay. Okay, verse 8. Okay. And saying first, you neither will. No, that's the right one.
Yeah, in saying first, that's what it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 10.
Right.
Yeah, okay. And saying first, you neither will nor were pleased with animal sacrifices, meal offerings, and burnt offerings, and sin offerings. things which are offered in accordance with the Torah.
Now notice here. He said that you wasn't pleased with that. Why wasn't God pleased with it? He told him that according to the Torah. He the one told him that. Why wasn't he pleased with it?
Because it was only because of the disobedience that it was.
The pattern of the real reality. We're supposed to be learning.
Well, why was God not pleased with it? He the one gave him instruction, tell him to do it.
It wasn't a perfect sacrifice. That's why.
Because
Folks, let me make it simple and I don't want to
They
rush
were
it.
right.
They didn't follow their instructions. That's what I want you to see. They did not follow their instructions. The prophets come along and told them what it was. He said the Gentiles and all that teach their kings and stuff better than what you teach. The animals even got better sense than you. You bring your own wicked and dead and defiled and all animals for sacrifice for me, and you think I will please them. When I done told you and gave you, don't bring that stuff to me. But God loved Israel. He loves us. But he says, hey, look, you know, therefore I didn't like it. Because you didn't do it right. We're hard-headed. We just will not do things right. The priest was right in there with it too.
Yeah, I mean, they were ones who actually accepted it.
Yeah. They got in there, hey, little feedback, little on the hand.
Bag of flour for you.
Huh?
It's an extra bag of flour for you.
Yeah, right, hey. You know? That's why God said, hey, change the garment for the priests and all like that. God changed all that because they were all in cahoots. Read on.
Okay. Look, I have come to you. Look, I have come to do your will. He takes away the first system in order to set up the second. It is in connection with his will that we have been separated from God and
For God
and made holy once and for all through the offering of Yahshua, the Messiah's body.
There you go. Now, why was God so meticulous about bringing a perfect being, not defiled, not in all those things there? Because it represented something that God had in mind. It represented a more glorious thing. The Mashiach. And so God said, I'm tired of that. I put up with all that long enough and everything. So God was even better to us. You know what God decided for us? He said, okay, I see that you ain't going to bring the right thing. You ain't going to do right. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you.
Deuteronomy 18:18.
See? And we can't even do that. See? God, in his love for us, you know, said, I'm going to give you the sacrifice body.
Mm-hmm.
One that I'm pleased with. And all you got to do is accept that. And we got this like, I don't believe in no Messiah. I don't believe in no Mashiach. Ain't nobody die for my sin. And I don't do that. We're all right today. Still yet that way. I don't know what to call for that. I'll ask you, is they going to be saved?
No.
They Israelite brothers. They got the blood. They got the color. But they don't know how to follow instructions. They don't know how to follow. Dear folks, in closing for today, if we don't take these things to heart, You're gonna suffer by the decision that you make. See? And it's your decision. The procedure is the same as the first system and the second system. It's just that we have a more pleasing sacrifice now.
Oh, yes.
We ain't got to go down and do that searching and all that stuff there and checking to make sure the animal is. I said, I'm going to take that away from. Now, if you can't be saved under that situation, hey, you deserve whatever you get. How easy did God make it in the wilderness? And there were many of them that died because they couldn't do that simple thing. When them snakes, them no shoulders started breaking out on them and eat them and bite them and everything now. They went hollering, oh, help us, God, help us, help us. Oh, and so God said, all right, told Moshe what to do. See, you got to follow instructions and you got to obey authority.
They didn't follow instructions in AD 7 either.
Yeah. We're hard. We don't like to follow instructions. But yet still, God give them out. Yeah. 135. We just, no. The procedure's the same. We just have a more pleasing sacrifice since the Mashiach comes. And if you don't believe in Mashiach, you're just in trouble. One given by Yah, not us. Now how, and if we turn that down, we deserve whatever we get. This is our Parashah for this week here. We'll go further next week. And we trust that Yah will bless you and keep you. We don't learn those things there. All these things were type and shadow, but there was also no. Don't work that way. Then, without the shedding of blood, there is no remission. So how you gonna get the stuff cleaned up? It's another subject altogether. He told you how you had to do that. There was a procedure, and if you ain't got nothing to procedure right, and I don't see you out there slaying no animals. I don't see you going out there out in the field in your herds and your. We better think about what we're doing. As our oath is, how should we sing the Lord's song in a strange land? If I forget thee, O Jerusalem, let my right hand forget her kind. If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy. Psalm 137, verses 5 and 6.
I know Lester, we were discussing it in the book of Leviticus, and Lester was saying how much, did they give? I know it had to be quite a bit, because it tells you that